Alright fellas, here we're back at Pokemon Masters, and we got ourselves part 2 of the August Sync Pair kit reactions. Last part went over Alt, Celine, Elio, as well as the free Oak and Nidorino. This part will be going over Sygna, Nemona, Arven, and Lodge Iono, with the next part after this one, part 3, going over Damage Challenge Blue, as well as all of the upgrades. So, yeah. Great if I power boost. Wait, Oak is going to be getting a... Okay, sure. Oh, wait, no, that's what. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so let's go over Nemona first. I just want to jump right into this. I'm pretty excited to see what these kits are like. So whatever, let's just look at Nemona, I guess. Sygna Suit, Nemo, and Screamtail. Cool. Didn't expect Screamtail, but we'll take it. She's a physical strike similar to the Sprint EX role, already very reminiscent of Sygna Suit Gladion for the last, the half anniversary run up, where he was a Fairy Sync pair, he was Special Strike and Sprint. Nemona's basically copying that, it seems. Or it could be coincidence. Probably is. Fairy typing, weak to poison. Drops August 18th. Leaves September 17th. Only less than a month of activity is quite odd, in my opinion. I'd say so. She should, realistically, I would think, have been up for till the end of August at the very least. Or not August, up until the end of September. But that does not seem to be the case. So that's a little bit weird, but... fine, I guess. Still a month, right? Stat-wise, 336 attack and special attack. That's not good, but she's probably got stuff to make up for it. 132 defense, 150 special defense, 341 speed, 684 health. With the stats, 376 offenses, 784 HP, 31 speed. With full investment, over 400 in the offenses is good. Good HP, decent enough defenses, I guess. The defenses are worse than Celine. Oh, good. 439 speed is nice. Sure. Okay. I guess I can't complain that much so far. Right? She's got herself the Buddy move, Ferocious Play Rough, 4-gauge move, 150 power, hits all enemies when the user activated whenever the user uses any move once. Cannot be deactivated. The move never misses. It lowers target attack and defense by 1, and the power is not lowered with their multiple targets. That's what we're looking for. So far, that's fine. 150 power is not the best, but it's not the worst either. It lowers both 2 stats. Can't be deactivated. Not split power. That's good for damaging options. Booster energy. That's why I was in the Datamine, right? The files. Increasing special and physical moves next by 1. That's a boring ass effect for this move. If you are going to make the booster energy into an item in this game, you could have done a bit better than that. But I can't complain that much, I guess. It's still good. Also, why does it buff her special moves next? She doesn't have any special moves. Not that I've noticed, clearly. Sure, I guess. Whatever. But basically, this is basically just a physical and special moves next buff. Cool. Sunny Day, 2 uses, makes sun. I'm going to guess she's got passives or something for that, right? Being a Paradox Pokemon, ancient Paradox Pokemon. And then our greatest battle, raising attack by 6 and speed by 4. Gauge management, good offensive ability. She's probably got guaranteed crits somewhere in these passive skills, so that not buffing crits fine, I'm gonna guess. Nicely rampagey play rough. That is accurate from what her fucking sync move was, because that was funny. I did see that. And then no innate multiplier, of course. Oh, so far, not bad. Physical moves, dex buffs, attack buffs, good enough DPS option. Very basic kit so far. Passive skills, Paldea Pride, powering up physical attacks. That's probably why Gita has Flag Bearer, because you may run them together, get the double buff, yada yada, right? So powering up physical attacks and applying physical damage reduction, more allies from Paldea you have on your team. I don't think that's going to be very impactful right now. Again, you could run her with Gita. I guess, Poppy, Larry. I don't think you're running her with, a support of, Rika or Iono or even Grusha Penny, right? You could run her with herself, I guess, a little bit. So far, the synergy looks like it's okay between other Paldea characters, but it's not fantastic. But that's kind of going to happen for a little while until Paldea gets an actual fleshed-out roster. So I'm not going to complain that much. Passive skills, Ancient Scream, increasing physical and special moves next. Physical moves next by 2 when it uses booster energy or an ally turns the weather sunny. So this is basically their way of putting in photosynthesis, right? You get a ton of physical moves next from these different abilities. Booster energy, okay, I guess now I realize it buffs special moves next because they're probably going to give it to all Paradox Pokemon, or at least most of them, right? So having this does, I guess, help in that sense. being more versatile. Either way, for her, it buffs physical moves next specifically, or it's going to be only useful by buffing physical moves next specifically. So she gets +3 when using booster energy, and she gets +2 when using Sunny Day for physical moves next buffs. That's fine, right? That's good. Extra physical moves next is nice. Energetic Student Council President, reducing sync countdown by 1 when the Pokemon uses a status move, applies Paldea Circle when the user's Pokemon uses a status move. So she not only sets Sun, but she also does sync countdown and applies the Circle. So the Circle physical is good on top of the Master Passives. Set it quite a bit, but having a Master Passive plus a Circle together is really, really solid. They stack with their buffs and whatnot, so having that is good. Just good in pretty much any Master Passive type of character. And then Fruitful Attack, guaranteed crits, and charges gauge by 1 when the attack move hits as well. So she's got good gauge management with her speed buffs, the +1 gauge from hitting an enemy, and that's going to be good for making sure, Ferocious Play Rough is not destroying your gauge, which it's going to do anyway, but still, we ball, I guess. So far, not a bad kit, right? She gets a ton of physical moves next. She debuffs defenses, AoE. Her damage is AoE. She gets to stack between the Circle and the Master Passive. Her offenses are still low. I do think that is worth mentioning. Her offenses still being as low as they are, but it could be mitigated, right? It could still be good. So let's just take a look, I guess. Also, she's going to be gaining quite a bit from the existence of like Sygna Sorolla, right? Wherever, when an ally turns a weather Sunny, right? So Sygna Sorolla is going to be helping her quite a bit with that for the extra buffs and whatnot. I may or may not have lost my train of thought, but we'll just look into it if I have Nemona here. Unflappable, sure. Speeding Sun, sure. One with the Sun, sure. I'm mostly playing a joke here. But these are just basic abilities, like Healing Sun, one with the Sun, Speeding Sun. That's a lot of Sun. Unflappable, Circle Status Immunity. These are just very basic abilities, I would say, for Legendary Gauntlet stuff. Otherwise, not really that helpful. Circle Status Immunity, same thing for the most part. But Status Immunity is nice, right? When Circle's on the field of play, when the user's Pokemon uses a status move, so just, Sunny Day, right? Doesn't seem she has Sunny Day NPR at all, so this is just what she's stuck with. 2 uses of the Circle, effectively, which is a little annoying, but okay. Tournament Fit and Heal, Gauntlet ability, Booster Energy NPR, that could be good, right? You get +3 physical moves next, that could be good. It's basically like Custom Steve and Trainer Move NPR, right? I don't know. It's probably solid, but I don't think it's amazing. And then Thread 5. Okay. Inflation Freebie, Sync Node, Sunny Day, attack and defense down, whatever. Paldea, Circles, Sync moves. Charging Sun, Sync Burst, Ally Set, Weather Train Zone, physical moves, yep, Haymaker. Okay. That's not bad. Charging Sun 5 is a good multiplier, 50% multiplier. Combine that with the usage, using her alongside like Sygna Sorolla, and she's got a lot of physical moves next. She's got the multiplier, extra Sun, all of that good stuff, right? Sync Burst, this is her NPR. Okay, so she does get NPR from that. That is good. Sync Burst, restore 1P for the user, so this gives her NPR back on everything as well. So the Train to Move, that could be good for speed, I guess, or gradual healing, whatever, right? But the Sunny Day NPR as well is really solid for extra Circle usage, and then the Booster Energy, if you don't want to pick up NPR for that, you can get extra physical moves next. Sure, it's good, for sure. Allied Sets, Weather Terrain Zone, physical moves next. The same thing as Aceroll's ability, right? This is also like Gita with her passive, right? These are good. Like, honestly, the more I look at it, the more I honestly think that like a team of Nemona, Gita, and Sygna Sorolla is gonna look kind of crazy, and like just the power it's giving is pretty damn strong, right? Because Acerolla sets a ton of physical moves next for all allies. Nemona gives her own physical moves next with her booster energy, this passive here, and also this passive when allies set turns Weather Sun, right? And then Gita also has the same passive here, where she gets physical moves up next whenever an ally sets Weather Terrain Zone, right? That team I actually think is going to be really fucking, at least in terms of damage output, it's probably going to look quite strong. Haymaker and the Circle Sync moves up. These are very easy to activate. 190% total sync multipliers. That's good, right? That's a good strike nuke for sure. Nothing absurd. It's good. I'm not gonna say it's like nothing absurd, but it's good. But it's not like Costume Eriott nuke, Champion Silver nuke, definitely not Champion Red nuke, right? Still good though, no doubt. And then Inflation Freebie, useless. Well, okay, I'm not gonna say useless because I guess you could, gauge help is nice, all things considered, but I don't really see too much usage in it. It's you got 3 uses of it if you pick up Sync Burst, 2 uses otherwise, right? Sunny hit, attack and defense down, lowering enemy attack and defense when attacking enemy while weather is sunny. This just works better with her debuffs. You know, if she gets faster debuffing, I don't think much else needs to be said. It's good. It's a solid note for faster debuffs. That is something for sure. And that's her kit. Okay, she's very basic, I would say. Obviously, setting weather, setting sun as a striker or whatever, being based around sun, that's not very striker-like, I guess, but other than that, pretty much all of her stuff's very basic. Just a ton of physical moves next, easy to activate sync multipliers, physical moves next spam, right? The defense debuffs and attack debuffs too. She's going to be solid. Just frankly, as a damage dealer, she's going to be good. She's still got the utility of the debuffs, the circle setting, as well as the sun. And I do think the combo of her, like Sygna, Sorolla, and Gita really can look good. Like, you're getting the circle buff with her and Gita, you're getting both master passive activation, then you're getting all the physical moves next from Sygna, Sorolla, right? When I get Nemona, because I do plan to go for her, I will be testing that team out just to see what the damage threshold is, because it really, I think, is going to look pretty crazy. Especially with them both being AoE users. And both of them being AoE users benefit quite a bit from it because, kill the sides faster than Nemona's damage is not split anyway, but Gita's damage is not split, right? That helps out. So yeah, either way, I think Nemona's looking pretty good. I don't think she has the same level of oppressiveness as like Sygna Gladion or something, right? With his buddy move being as strong as it is. Or, other nuclear characters like Costume Merida or whatever, but I think she's still good for Master Fair standards. She's still strong. She's still good. Very basic. Bar weather terrain zone, right? But still, it's not a bad thing, for sure. And then moving on to Arven and Mabostiff, or Mabostiff. I don't know what you call him. I'm just calling him Mabostiff because Mabostiff. Mabostiff. There you go. Anyway, support roll with the Techie X roll. I remember, poor guy. He's Dark, Buck Weak. Drops August 10th, leaves August 28th. Okay. Sure. I don't... Okay, everything leaves August 28th, man. Like, so many banners leave August 28th. It's crazy. That's a little over 2 weeks, so that's actually really fucking low for the amount of time him to be up. That's really crazy. It's 2.5 weeks. If you want Arven, you better make your choice quick. But hey, this will be also after the anniversary, update and whatnot. So you will be able to notice, you'll be able to make your decision there. Anyway, whatever. He's a support. He's got his stats here: 302 defense, 288 special defense, 686 health. These are fine stats for like a support character. Like, just in general, they're solid enough. Solid, good, whatever you want to call it. 6-star AX, 342 defense, 328 special defense, level 150. That goes higher. Techie X roll if you really are going to invest in that. He has good stats. That's the point. His stats are good for what he's meant to be. A supportive character. Attack isn't good, but again, support. He's got Bite, 30% flinch chance. He's got Aggravation, that's pretty good. Citrus Berry, I'm sensing probably a little bit of a similarity between him and Palatine's Victor. Am I right to assume that? We'll see. Here you go. Raises the attack and crit rate of all allies by 2. In addition, raises attack and defense by 2 when the user is restrained. I'm seeing Jaw Lock, so okay. And then Bounce Back, Jaw Lock, 1 gauge, 150 power. When the user uses any move once, and it cannot be deactivated. So he's getting... Okay, infinite usage, right? If the remaining MP for the user Citrus Berry is 1 or more when attacking with this move, reduce those MP by 1 and increase physical moves next of all allies by 2. If remaining MP is 0 when attacking, restores HP by approximately 10% of the max. Okay. I want to see how that works with... I want to see what other healing abilities he has besides that and the Citrus Berry, just to see how much you can stack this healing up. Because, solo potential, right? That's good, though. He gets attack and defense, attack and crit and defense buffs here on the trainer move. Physical moves next with the buddy move up to 3 times, right? Again, 3 uses of Citrus Berry as well. 10% healing once the Citrus Berry is depleted. 30% flinch chance, all in the meantime. Definitely not bad. Trusty Arven's Choco-Block Career. Or Cheer? Career. Choco-Block Cheer. Reduce MP by 1 for the user's moves that have the berry effect tag and grants all the following effects when the user's HP is left at half or below after it is hit by an attack move or sync move. Restores the HP of all allies by 30% of their maximum. In addition, restores its HP by 20% of its maximum. After it's hit by attack. Okay, so this is like this is also like Victor, where it infinitely restores, right? Let's see. If the range is one or more, lose MP by 1. Okay, so he has 2 methods of reducing citrus berry. So I'm not too big with that, just because like, 3 uses of berry, but you've got the ability to use this as much as you want, and you've also got the ability to use this as much as you want. So like your berries are gonna just deplete fast, at least probably. Okay, Herba Mystica effects, except in certain circumstances, reduces damage when the user is hit by attack move while the remaining MP for its moves have the berry effect tag is 0. So you got extra damage reduction when the berry is, there's no berries. Could this have a number, please? I'm gonna guess it's like 20% or something. I guess. I don't know. It doesn't tell me. Either way, that could be good, or it could be amazing, or it could be god-awful. Who knows? Okay. Hit restrained. Opponent team 1 of 5 stats up 9. Raises one of the following stats by 1 when attack moves successfully against a restrained opponent. 1 of the 5 core stats. Okay. So he's got the ability to do infinite random stat raising when the enemy's restrained. He's got the ability to buff physical moves next, depending on his berries. He's got the ability to heal himself and allies, depending on the remaining usage of berries. 30% chance for flinch, and then attack and crit buffs unconditionally, and also attack and defense buffs extra when attacking enemies that are restrained. Those are a lot of buffs. That is good. Like, this is a good kit. Just managing those berries. You are going on the berries real quick. Like, they are just down the drain. Okay. 1 out of 5's got nothing besides unbending. 2 out of 5 gets citrus berry master healer. Never use this. Never pick this up. This is bait. You will die. Trainer move team hit deal. More gradual healing for allies. Combine that with the 10% healing here, and this guy's got a lot of healing. Like, his healing is already really crazy, but just the more healing he's going to get in the grid, the better, right? Trainer move NPR. This could be good if you don't want to. Maybe if you want to max attack and you don't want to, worry about defense and don't want to use the citrus berry or anything like that, then by using this move, then you can pick up trainer with NPR. That's something. I wouldn't worry about it, but you can. It could also be good for, team hit heal as well. Bite fast track. Speed buffs is not bad. I don't think it's going to be that fantastic because you've got access to this, but also, if your berries are limited, you may want to use this once or maybe not even use it at all, right? So you're going to be limited on how many buffs you can apply to your team and yourself. So Bite Fast Track could be good in the Gauntlet from that, because I'm going to guess in the Gauntlet you're going to want to probably make usage of this as much as possible. I'm just assuming, though. Okay. Quick Cure, yeah, basic stuff. Not a horrible 2 out of 5, but still nothing really too crazy, but still good, right? Mostly Gauntlet food, that's it. By aggravation, there you go. This would have been good for... Arven would have been good if he released about, I don't know, like 15 days ago, during the Dark High Score event. Yeah, I think that would have been a little better, but hey, I don't make the rules, so sure. Either way, not shabby. First sync move, team, physical moves next boost. Buffing physical moves next first time sync moves use each battle. More physical moves next buffs on top of what he can do with the buddy move. Just extra better support. Safety net and vigilance for endurance and crit protection. Not really needs to be said about this, but I mean the crit protection is nice for running extra lucky skills. Endurance is fine. He's got so much healing though, I don't think you're ever going to make usage of it. And if you do, I think you're pretty much already dead. Team Sync Cure, removing status conditions after using the Sync move. This is good because it's infinite as well, so you don't have to worry about like random legendary status conditions or just any status conditions from any opposing Sync pair or opposing team, right? Because some like the paralyze, some like the poison. Getting rid of that is nice. Sync damage guard, just damage guard, man. If you're gonna take a big powerful attack, could be good for that. Hit restrained opponent team, one of same passive, right? Hit restrained opponent. Yeah, same exact passive, so you get this, effectively 2 random buffs, which is very good for, faster buffs. I do think that kind of mitigates the need for fast track a little bit on Bite, but, if you don't have the energy or you just really don't want to use his buddy move at all, or early in the battle or something, and you need those speed buffs as fast as possible for him, then Bite Fast Track still maintains use, but overall I do think that having these random stat buffs extra is very, very good. And then Impervious as well for preventing stat debuffs. Arven's kit looks very, very, very oriented towards the Legendary Gauntlet the more I look at it. Restrained deactivates things like acute senses, bite flinching obviously doesn't need to be explained. He's got the great healing for himself, and his allies can get up to, 30% healing. It's pretty crazy. Follow effects when the user HP is left at half blow. Yeah, so this is not... Yeah, this isn't once only. This is infinite. It's like Victor's berry-based stuff, right? So that's definitely not bad for sure. No doubt about that. Yeah. Like, he's a very good gauntlet-oriented support. And I can see decent usage in him other than outside of that, too. Like, 30% healing 3 times when he just drops to half or below, right? That's really, really solid. Plus the physical moves next buffs you can apply to the team are not bad either. 4 to 5 against Team Sentry entry, ignore it. Restrained scope 5, 60% chance to lower the target accuracy when attacking a restrained opponent. More accuracy debuffs and more gauntlet food. Sure, right. Yeah, mostly just gauntlet food. 5 out of 5, healthy buffer, reducing damage when hit by an attack move while HP is full. He's already got so much healing, so much damage reduction. Okay, not damage reduction. He does have that, though, right here. But he's got so much healing that I don't really think healthy buffer is going to be doing too much extra for him, especially not for the investment. But he also does get restrained attack and special attack down, so combine that with restrained scope, and you've got attack, special attack, and accuracy debuffs with this guy, right? That's good, definitely. So... I'm just trying to remember the effects of this. Either way, that is good, right? So he's getting 3 different debuffs. It's good for Latias. The offenses are really good again for just the gauntlets. He's just straight up a gauntlet support. There's no doubt about that. Akin to that of like Acerola or whoever else. I can't even think about it right now. But he's got so many good abilities for that game mode. But even outside of that, he does still have useful abilities. Like the aggravation's good. Bite pretty much everywhere. The physical moves next buffs are good for harder battles. The team healing is still really solid elsewhere, right? Like, look at Blue's, Neo Champion Blue's buddy move, right? And then he's got 3 uses of that. Like, again, it's not to the same extent or whatever, but it is still really, really strong to have that 30% healing for all allies and then the extra 20% for himself. That's definitely really, really good. So, I do like Arven's kit a decent bit. I do think it's quite good. It's not really tailor-made for anything specific. It doesn't apply Weather Train Zone, doesn't apply Circle, doesn't do any of that stuff, but it's still just a really good general supportive type of kit. I think it fits more along the lines of like a seasonal or something, but that doesn't really mean much to me. They're all still good. Okay, and then we'll finally end it off here with Iono. She shouldn't be too crazy to look over. They should have rerun her, frankly, but whatever. Weird decision. She's a support sync pair. She's in the Tradologic course. Stats. I don't want to look at 4-star stats. I never really do. If you want to look at them, you can. I don't think they're going to be anything crazy. 5-star stats. These defenses are not great, but I mean, they're free to play standards. And then 6-star AX plus level 150, 281 defenses, 741 health. I mean, they're fine. These are fine free to play stats, right? For 4 stars. Sure. Okay. And then the moves. Thundershock for 10% chance of paralysis, Eerie Impulse for special attack debuffs, Protect for damage guard, and then Clip This, raising attack, special attack, and crit of all allies by 1. Getting tournament NPR will be good for her. So far she's good general support, being able to buff both offenses and buff crit too, and being able to lower special attack. That's just good for extra damage mitigation. Electric Guard, reducing damage hit by an electric move. Combine this with the Lucky skill, and man, Raikou ain't doing shit. I'm kidding, it's Sky Hyper Beam. Be careful. First Aid 4 for healing, and then Team Body Bracing Infliction 2, raising defense of all allies by 2. The first time you use this Pokemon, uses a status move each battle, so plus 2 defense, and then you got -6 on special attack. So she does have team defensive ability as well. Again, just really solid general stuff for being free. Okay, not free, because it's Iono, right? It's a limited sync pair to get initially, but if you're going to be using her, if you're going to be using Lodge Iono as well, she can work on a very good amount of just versatile teams. They generally, most Lodge supports tend to do that. But being able to buff attack, crit, and special attack, being able to debuff, special attack, buff defense a little bit, this is going to give her just decent general usage. And in the grid, she's got Thundershock Hostile Environment for paralysis, 50% chance, not shabby. Team Underhanded Heal, restoring HP when the attack move is successful against a target that are affected by a status condition. The healing is nice too. Combine that with First Aid 4, you've got some decent healing on her. Training with Barricade Buddies for special defense buffs, just more buffs for her, right? Training with NPR, which I think is going to be pretty, not vital to pick up, but good, right? Those offensive buffs, but now special defense buffs as well. She's going to be really solid against, you know, special attacking enemies. I'm mostly thinking in, like, lower tier play or gauntlet play, like Stadium, Legendary Gauntlet. Not really thinking Ultimate Battles, High Score Event, nothing like that. But she might be decent. Would she be decent in the High Score Event? No, probably not, frankly. I mean, just she doesn't have the bulk for it. I would say, unless she's a secondary support, like it's a double support setup, then maybe I could see it, because her debuffs and team defensive buffs and team offensive buffs as well, I think are pretty solid, at least for being free. Anyway, training move shielded, raising defense, so you can buff defenses, attack, special attack, and crit. She can buff 5 stats with her training move, so I really think that training move NPR is going to be really helpful for her. You know, all stats besides speed is pretty crazy. Protect, restoring HP. 20% HP recovery when using Protect. That's helpful on top of having the first aid here. So, more healing for her is really solid. Okay. Sync Wall, Team Sync Regen, and Fast Track 9. This gives her Gauge, good self-sufficiency in the Gauntlet. Team Sync Regen for Gradual Healing all as, you know, after, you know, again, Gauntlet mostly. But on top of that, she's got the 20% heal here, the 40% heal from First Aid 4. And the team underhanded heal as well. So she's actually got a lot of gradual healing. I think she's going to be really good for the Gauntlet. Frankly, like, better than most free-to-play supports, for sure. Even more recent free-to-play supports. Anyway, crit defense is nice as well, and again, Team Sync Regen. So, I actually do think Iono's really, really solid for the Legendary Gauntlet, and very, very solid for a newer player as well. But if you're a newer player, you're not getting her because she's not rerunning. Yeah, baby, let's go. The only way you're getting this sync pair is if you, for some reason, played when Iono initially released, and now you want to come back to the game because of Anniversary, which, now that I think about it, is a very realistic thing to think about, because Iono was probably the highest grossing character of the fucking year so far. So they're like, oh, okay, people, you know, play when Iono came out, let's drop her in the Trainer Lodge, not give her a rerun. Still think that's stupid. Still think she should have a rerun anyway. And more people who have Iono will come back to the game. Sure, I guess. But one big flaw, it doesn't matter. Still rerun her. Yeah, maybe I'm a little bit upset about that for no reason. But whatever. I don't care if she's even added to the Trainer Lodge banner. Like, Volo, Rika, and Kabu aren't even in that banner either. I don't really care about that. It's just I want to be able to obtain her. Like, or at least have the option. Come on. She's in the Trainer Lodge. You could have just waited until later. The only way she's obtainable is by the Mixed Scout, which I may end up just selecting her now because of that. I'm not kidding. I might actually select Iono from the Mixed Scout just so I can get her Lodge variant and herself. Because I kind of do want Iono anyway. Whatever. Point being, very solid free-to-play support, I would actually say. Her defensive stats are held back by being free, but she's got team defensive buffs, enemy special attack debuffs, she's got good healing with Protect. That's not healing, but good damage guard with the Protect. But the healing from this Word Salad passive, the Team Sync Regen, the Team Underhanded Heal, the First Aid 4, she's got great healing, right? And again, great team buffing with being able to buff attack, special attack, crit, defense, and special defense as well. So very solid free-to-play support. And Nemona, again, you know, good damage dealer. I don't think she's crazy, though. That's one of the things. I don't think she's crazy, but I do think she's good, and I do think she has great potential under, again, that comp of Gita and Sygna Arola. I really think that might help her out a lot. Team limited, sure, but, you know, when the damage output go cray-cray, who cares? And then Arven, just a very good general support for Legendary Gauntlet, mostly, but even outside of that, you know, stadium stuff. And for new players, he's going to be good just in general as well, at least for physical setups. So, granted, you know, you still got options like Hop and Sonya for that. So, you know, you don't really need physical supports as a new player, but still, for his healing and all the stuff that he does as well, I think he's quite good. Just probably not like super high up on like a priority chart, I would say, at least not for not with everything else. And, you know, Anniversary coming up, I think that's fair enough to say. So that's my thoughts about these sync pairs. Let me know anything about them in the comments below. Might literally be choosing Iono for not just for the Lodge variant, but like, I'm tired of having no one in the Trainer Lodge to level up. I have not had Kabu. I don't remember who released before Kabu. God damn it. Whatever. I'll see you all later. Hope you all enjoyed. Mumble. Huh?